Hare Krishna, Namaste. Welcome to Gita study session. We are in the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. This chapter is titled Raja Vidya, Raja Guhya Yoga. Raja means king. Vidya means knowledge. Guhya means secret. So in this chapter, Krishna is going to speak about the king of all knowledge, the king of all secrets. That is Bhakti Yoga. That is about Bhakti and Bhakti Yoga. It is king of all knowledge because there is no knowledge superior to this knowledge. It is king of all secrets because there is no secret superior to this secret. Why so? Because the knowledge of bhakti and the practice of bhakti yoga can purify the soul, clears all the sins of a soul, and makes him a pure devotee. And not just that, a devotee can attain spiritual world within this lifetime just by the practice of bhakti yoga. Krishna spoke about other practices called Ashtanga Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga in the 6th chapter, but that requires good control of mind and good control of senses. One has to put real good efforts, and it also requires renunciation. When the mind control matures, one has to go renounce and practice on self-realization. It may take months, years, lifetimes also. It varies, depends on the individual. In this age of Kali Yuga, it's hard to control our mind even for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes. What to speak about fixing our mind on meditating on the soul for long hours? That's practically impossible. Arjuna, even the great archer, also said the same thing. It is not possible for me to control my mind, Arjuna. Krishna, tell me something easy way to attain you. That time Krishna says, Bhakti Yoga, Bhakti Yoga starts from this 7th chapter until 12th chapter, and throughout this section of Bhakti Yoga, Krishna talks about what is Bhakti, how to practice Bhakti Yoga, and for a person or in a person to sprout this Bhakti, so-called Bhakti or devotion unto the Lord, it happens by developing Gnana, knowledge. So just like if I want to love my father, I want to know more about my father, qualities, attributes, greatness. More I hear, more I develop attraction towards him. Just like anything in this world, more I learn about my phone, how much AI capabilities it has, right? More I develop attraction towards it. It's a natural human thing. We get attracted towards certain things when we learn more about the things, right? So that's why Krishna spoke about himself, who God is, how great this God is, what is the role of God, how this God is integrated in our lives, everyday lives. So Krishna spoke about himself, and Krishna also unravels all the doubts if anyone has about God and who God is, who can be God. Okay, so for bhakti to sprout, one has to know about God, and more one learns about God and greatness and glories about the God. Bhakti naturally sprouts, and one is naturally attracted towards the Supreme Lord. So Krishna says the so-called Bhakti Yoga is a king of all knowledge and secrets of all secrets. And I'm giving to you, Arjuna, because you have faith, you're faithful, and you're not envious of anything. And Krishna starts speaking. And then 4 to 10, Krishna talks about himself, the inconceivable Lord, who God is. Krishna says he is the one who pervaded into this entire universe. He is the one who creates everything. He is the one who source of everything. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagat avyaktam murtina. In a unmanifest way, he exists into this universe. He also gives an example about the air. The air which flows everywhere rests in the sky, doesn't go out of the sky, rests in the sky, right? Similarly, the entire cosmic existence rests in Krishna, in a subtle way. Krishna present in this entire existence in a subtle way. Okay, and he is the one who creates, destructs entire universe and everything, and he further says he is the one who supervisions this material creation. He supervisions this material creation, material existence. Maya Dakshina Prakriti. The Prakriti has influence on every individual, everybody. Sometimes in the mode of goodness, we do good things. Sometimes in the mode of passion, we are very passionate. Sometimes in the mode of ignorance, we are lazy, tired, sluggish, that do not want to do anything. The modes has its influence on us. We are pulled and propelled by these modes. But God says the Maya Prakriti has no influence on him. He is Adhyaksha. He is a supervisor of this Prakriti Maya. And Krishna also says when he descends, he's absolute truth, he's a supreme Lord, and Maya has no influence on him. And when he descends into this material world, Maya has no influence. But people in general, lack of knowledge, awareness, they think the Lord who appeared is just a human. Avajhananti mamoda, not having proper knowledge, people think me as a normal human being and they're committing offenses against me. They're developing, because of such attitude, they're developing demonic qualities. They're pulled and propelled by these modes of material nature. But conversely, in there are devotees, Mahatmas. Krishna glorifies the great devotees, the devotees of the Lord as Mahatmas, who live a life of sacrifice to develop bhakti, devotion towards the Lord. Such souls are Mahatmas who have natural inclination towards the Lord, who understand the Lord clearly. And Bhajanti ma manane manaso. They always chant Satatam Kirtayanto mam. They always chant the holy name of the Lord. They always think about the Lord. They always converse about the Lord. They're always in God consciousness, God Krishna consciousness. And Krishna further talks about different understanding people have in general about God. Ekatvena pratakvena vishvatomakaha. Right? So God is only one. The Brahman, absolute truth, is only one. He manifests in different ways, right? He expands in different ways. He manifests in different ways, and when he expands, he resides a super soul in each and everything. He's present in this phone, laptop. He's present within me. He's present everywhere. God is present everywhere. I can't say like God is present in me. I can't say like I'm God. Right? I'm still different. I'm still different from the God. Hmm? But so similarly, the same God is also present in demigods, Indra, Chandra, Varuna. So demigods are um, they take care of this material universe, cosmic existence. By there are department of rain, Lord Varuna, department of fire, Lord Agni. So likewise, there are various demigods. There are 3.3 crore demigods who manage universal affairs. God, Krishna, Narayana is also present in those demigods. Okay. So the demigods exist for a reason. We'll go in detail little bit now. So that is a topic for today. So there is a role for demigods. The people think demigods to be gods and they worship. And because of that worship, they'll go to a place where demigod resides, but that place is also temporary. Krishna says if a person meditates on the Supreme Lord, accepts the Supreme Lord, who clearly understands that Supreme Lord is the one who resides as Paramatma. He is the one source of everything. Hmm? If a person is attracted towards the Supreme Lord Krishna himself, such a person can easily attain Krishna and Krishna's abode. Okay? And so that is a section 11 to 25. So we'll continue this section. So we spoke about this in our previous session, 17 to 19. I'll give a quick glimpse of it and we'll continue. In 17 to 25, so Krishna says about he is the one who is the source of everything, he's all pervading, ultimate shelter, and cause of all causes. How? He's giving examples here. So Krishna says, I'm the father of the entire cosmic existence, entire universe. Because everything is created from Krishna, of course, he's the father of everything. And not just that, he cares us, he loves us as a father. Like we have our own father, we know the love of our father, the love of the father, the care of the father, which is coming from our own father, is actually from Krishna. It is actually from Krishna. Through Krishna, from Krishna, through our own father, it's coming to us. Same love of fatherly love from Krishna through our father is coming to us. Same thing, motherly love. So mother is unique, mother love is unique. There is no love compared to mother's love in this world. So the motherly love is also coming from Krishna through our mother and to us. Right? So Krishna is so much integrated in our lives and he's caring and nurturing us in all the possible ways. He also he maintains us in all aspects of our life. He's the object of knowledge, and his ultimate goal for one to attain. So and so he speaks about this. He sustains this universe, and he's also a well-wisher. Suharat, he's also a well-wisher of every living entity. And these are the important things. He is saying like tapami aham varsham. He is the one who is the cause of heat. If there is a heat in this world, I know today is so hot today, it's a hot day. Krishna is saying it is because of him. It is because of him. So we don't hate the heat. We appreciate God. It's because of you only. At in any aspect of our life, we glorify the God. It's an opportunity to glorify the God. We don't hate or go against the nature. It's a nature. It's Krishna's nature, right? If there is a heat, Krishna, it's your mercy, right? So that way, we keep our mindset positive all the time. And he's the cause of rain. If there is a rain, Krishna is saying he's the cause, and he's the one who say he very nicely say Nigrahami Utrishamicha. He's the one who pulls all the water, rain, and he's the one who sends back all the rain. It's quite amazing, right? Science says there is a sun which evaporates all the water from various sources and sends back the pure water. Right? We know the sun evaporates the water from dirty places, toilets or lakes, rivers, and oceans. And the water is when it comes back, right? It comes back from sky, it's all purified, right? Krishna is saying he is the one who is doing it. He is the one who is doing it. Quite unbelievable, right? Unimaginable. He's the cause of all causes. That's the point Krishna is trying to make. We think like something is happening naturally. We don't know water is getting evaporated from my home, from outside, and everywhere. Water is coming back. We have no idea what is happening. We are just living our life. But Krishna is saying he's so much integrated into our lives, and he is the one who is giving everything to us. And there's so much love and care from the Supreme Lord. And Krishna also is saying he is the immortality and also death. If a person has his life saved, so we say like, okay, if the medicine saved the life of a person, or a doctor saved the life of a person, we say like you are my God. We call the doctor as God, or we call the medicine as a God. Krishna is saying it is him. The medicine is him, or the doctor is also him. It is through doctor, through medicine, he is the one who is curing us, who is taking care of us. So beautiful. Okay. And Krishna is everything. He is a matter, he's a material thing, he's also the spiritual thing, soul, and everything. He resides in everyone and everything. Okay. So that was the last session. And today we're going to talk about demigods, worship of demigods, and destination of the worshippers of demigods. And I want to give a quick background of in this Sanatana Dharma, right? When we get a clear understanding of our Sanatana Dharma, so then we'll know clearly Krishna is not condemning or rejecting the demigod worship. If a person want to worship demigods, you can worship. There is Vedas. Vedas clearly say that you can worship demigods. Demigods are there for a purpose. So we'll talk about that, all those things in this slide. So Sanatana Dharma is a way of life. It's a practices for different types of people. Okay. Um, if a person is like he doesn't have any knowledge, not from his previous life, he doesn't have any knowledge. He's living an abominable life, sinful life, and committing all kinds of sins, mistakes, and harming people, shooting people, and doing all kind of criminalistic life. Uh, is not even a good person in the society. What to speak about the good person in this existence in the eyes of God. So he's not even following any dharma, rules and regulations of life. So such a person, Krishna says, and he's also rejecting the Shastra scriptures. No Bhagavad Gita, no scriptural study. Krishna says in the 17th chapter, Yes Shastra Vidam Muttisa Vartate Kamakarna Nasa Siddhi Mavapnoti Nasukam Parna Paramam Gatim. So such a person who rejects these scriptures, he will never be happy. He will never be happy in this life or next life, or he'll never attain perfection. He has to go through this repeated cycle of birth and death and different species of the life, and hard to come out of this repeated cycle of birth and death. So the recommendation for them is, who is living a abominable life, is like follow dharma. So not following dharma is not good. One has to follow dharma. Following dharma is better than not following dharma. Right? So for one to practice dharma, and one has to live a regulated life. For one to live a regulated life, in our scriptures called Vedas, there is a Karma Kanda section of Vedas. Karma Kanda. Karma Kanda. In the Karma Kanda section of Vedas, it is given about many things about how one should live his life, and if a person has a desires to be fulfilled, he can fulfill the desires by doing some homa, yaga, yagna, some ritualistic pujas and so on and so for demigods. Okay, so when the Supreme Lord created this intercosmic existence, he also sent forth, he also established the system of demigods. Yeah, he himself established a system of demigods. Okay, so the role of demigods is to fulfill the desires of individuals. When they do that, when we worship them, doing some rituals or pujas and homas, there are Jyotish Homa and Putra Kameshti Homa, different homas are there, rituals are there. If a person performs through a Brahmana to fulfill a desire, his desires are fulfilled. Okay, so we all know the desires are unlimited, never ending. People always have unlimited desires. They run behind these demigods, thinking that demigods are the one who is sanctioning everything, and they become devoted to the demigods. By such devotion, they will attain the realm of a demigod, heavenly planet. When they go there, they stay there for some time because they lived a ritualistic life. Because they lived a ritualistic life, they develop good qualities and good karma. and because of good credits, they are sent to the heaven, and the heaven is also temporary. So we think like doing a humanitarian work in this world, one gets liberation. People have this idea. By doing humanitarian work, one gets liberation. Answer is no. That is good. I'm not saying wrong, but that is good. One has to do humanitarian work. But just by doing humanitarian work, like helping others and doing some volunteering services or whatever, that itself will not grant moksha, liberation. That makes the soul pure soul. Yajna dana tapa karma pavanani manishna, Krishna says. It makes the soul a pure soul. But just by doing humanitarian works, the soul will not get liberation. He'll get good credits, and because of good credits, he'll go to heaven planet. He will go to heaven, like a Svarga Loka, heaven. There he stays there for some time. Once his credits are depleted, he will be sent back. He'll be sent back and he'll continue his rituals. So this goes on forever. If a person is interested in liberation, so this is the point. If a person is interested in liberation, okay, Sanatana Dharma shows a way. There is a path. Yes, you can do this. You can attain liberation. You don't have to run behind these demigods just to fulfill desires or solving the problems. You can attain liberation by this process of Gnana and Bhakti. Gnana and Bhakti. So there is Gnana Kanda section of Vedas and there's Upasana Kanda section of Vedas. So whatever we see in Bhagavad Gita is basically essence of all these Vedic literatures from Gnana Kanda section of Vedas. Krishna extracted it. We don't have to go and study it. Okay. So here a life of a spiritual life, right? This is a spiritual life. So we compared unregulated life, adharmic life, and dharmic life, and spiritual life. So regulated, he also does all the things for the service of the Lord. And if he wants to go through the gnana path, it requires meditation and renunciation that is not even practically possible in this age. It is not even recommended in this age, the path of gnana. He could develop gnana, like attaining self-realization through meditation practices is not recommended. He can try it out. But there's another path called Bhakti Yoga. It's susukam kartumavyam, easy to practice, easy to understand, easy to attain perfection. Chanting the holy name of the Lord, meditating on the Lord, worshipping, going to temple and doing engaging in devotional services. And all these are Bhakti Yoga practices will purify the soul and make the soul to attain the Supreme Lord. So this happens by the mercy of a Guru and Acharya. Acharya Srila Prabhupada and many Acharyas have come to deliver us. Okay, for such a soul, there is no rebirth. Okay, so we spoke about demigods. What is the role of demigods? They exist for a reason. They take care of cosmic existence. And they also fulfill the desires if you go to them. Krishna is going to talk about demigods. Now that we know who demigods are, what is their role, so we'll get clear understanding. Krishna is not condemning demigods, but Krishna is saying, you got to elevate your consciousness. That is the point. Okay, I'll ask someone to read this.
Demigod worship. Pratikopasana. Text 20. Trayi vidya mam soma paha puta papa yajnair ishtva swargatim prartayante te punyam asadya surendra lokam ashnanti divyan divideva bhogan. Translation: those who study the Vedas and drink the Soma juice, seeking the heavenly planets, worship me indirectly. Purified of sinful reactions, they take birth on the pious heavenly planet of Indra, where they enjoy godly delights. Text 21. Te tam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam, shine punyamartya lokam vishanti, evam trayi dharmam anuprapanna gatagatam kama labante. Translation: when they have thus enjoyed vast heavenly sense pleasure and the results of their pious activities are exhausted, they return to this mortal planet again. Thus, those who seek sense enjoyment, but by adhering to the principles of the three Vedas, achieve only repeated birth and death.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Sure.
So in these two shlokas, Krishna is going to talk about the demigod worship and the destination of those worshippers. Yeah, we'll see. So those who Trividham Mam Soma Pa Puta Papa. So those who study the Vedas, Trividya basically, Trividya. So those who study the Vedas. So we looked at there are three sections of Vedas: Karma Kanda, Gnana Kanda, Upasana Kanda. Krishna here referring to Karma Kanda section of Vedas. Karma Kanda section of Vedas, they primarily deal with demigod worship. You go to demigods, do this puja, do this offering, your desire is fulfilled. Okay, if you want wealth, you can do this sacrifice, do this puja, you'll get wealth. Okay, if you want to attack some enemy, if you want your enemy to be killed, yes, there are some rituals also. One can do some rituals, one can get this enemy killed. Seriously, that's true, right? In Bhagavatam also we see that if a person wants like rain, he's a farmer, he wants rain, he can do some yajnas, pujas, and the rain is bestowed. And if a person wants son, a child, there are rituals are there, he can do that. So there are humans have desires, right? We have millions of desires. To fulfill the desires in a dharmic way, in a rightful way, a demigod exists. Demigod exists for a purpose, for us to fulfill our desires in a dharmic way. We go to the demigods like Indra, Chandra, Varuna, so many demigods. Right? So when we worship them, they sanction our desires, and fulfill our desires, and we get attracted towards the demigod and we worship the demigod. And here Krishna is talking about, if a person is worshipping the demigod, he is worshipping the God, the Supreme Lord himself, in a indirect way. How? Krishna resides as Paramatma even in the heart of Indra, even in the heart of Varuna, the demigods basically, and so, Kuvera, who is bestower of wealth. There are many demigods. Supreme Lord resides as Super Soul Paramatma in the heart of everybody. Okay. If I'm worshipping a demigod, it is basically going to the ultimate absolute truth. If demigods are giving me something, it is the Supreme Lord Krishna only through this body of demigod giving to me. Okay, so all the worship go to the demigod, go to the Supreme Lord indirectly. And Krishna is talking about one interesting thing here. This is about not people are doing this even in this age of Kali Yuga. Like nobody is doing this kind of. Very rarely you see this demigod worship, or there are some people who do that, but this is a unique thing where people do this worship or fire sacrifice. By such fire sacrifice, they'll get a soma juice. Soma juice is like it's a drink. It's a drink. That drink, when having that drink, it clears all the sins. It purifies the soul, by which one could get all the good credits. By such credits, he's qualified to go to heaven. Can I do that in 2024? Where to find this Soma juice? Do I get this in Indian store, Asian store, or Pakistani store, or every country has a store in this US? In this US, do I get in Starbucks Soma juice? Do I get this Soma juice in Starbucks where I can drink it and purify my existence and sinful reactions? Or do I get in Costco or Sam's Club? is, is that something which is sold on the shelf, or it is given by pharmacy? Is that a medicine? Is something given by pharmacy? Like when we take a prescription and go to the pharmacy? No. this is we are in 2024. Um, yes, in the previous ages, people used to do this kind of sacrifice, fire sacrifice, by hiring a brahmana. The brahmana, the pujari, has to be pure. The ingredients also has to be pure. The performer mindset has to be pure. When they have to chant the rightful mantras during the fire sacrifice, they have to chant the mantras in a proper way. Then demigods are pleased. Then they'll grant the soma juice. One can drink it and clear his sins and is qualified to go to heaven. But in 2024, there is no soma juice. There is no good brahmana who can do this for us. Okay. So if a person wants to go to heaven, okay, that's not a choice here. Mostly in this 2024, people commit so many sins, it's practically impossible to go to heaven. Very rarely people go to heaven. Okay. So when they go to heaven, what happens? Krishna is making a point here. People worship demigods. They're so much attracted towards the demigods because demigods are the one who is bestowing all the things to me, who is fulfilling my desires, right? So that's how people think, and they get attracted towards the demigods and they worship the demigods. They go to the because of such worship, they are purified of sins by drinking this, by doing this sacrifice. Only this case when they do this sacrifice. Right? So such people they go to heaven, and in the heaven, what happens? So Krishna is saying they'll enjoy through their senses nicely. Okay, it is also like if a person doing this sacrifice, getting drinking the soma juice, he can go, or some people living a humanitarian life, helping others, doing all kind of things. Society is all good, nothing wrong. Okay, but one would get good credits, good karma. If a person get good credits, good karma, he will also go to heaven for some time, short period. Okay, so if a person goes to heaven, Krishna is making a point that heaven is also temporary. Heaven is not the ultimate destination. If you go to other religions, heaven is the ultimate destination, right? But in Sanatana Dharma, heaven is not the ultimate destination. Heaven is a temporary place. Okay. So heaven is a temporary place. Soul goes there because of good credits. He has to have good credits. So one get good credits by doing many good things. Okay. So if a person goes there because of his good credits, he'll nicely enjoy. There are so many luxuries there, nice place, never-ending happiness. Okay, in this, it's not like never-ending; that it lasts little longer. That's it. Okay, so in this world, when we eat something, the happiness lasts for a few seconds. Right? Any activities we do, happiness lasts for limited time. Even if you go to heaven, the happiness lasts for little longer time, not unlimited, little longer time. Okay, so that is the thing. So, but if a person after going to heavenly planet, living a nice luxurious life, his when his credits are depleted, when his good karmas are depleted, reduced, he will be kicked out. He will be kicked out. He will be sent back to this material world. That's why Krishna says, Kshine pranya marthyalokam vishanti. Kshine punya. When the punya means like virtual deeds, good deeds. When the good deeds are exhausted, are gone, even the person who is in the heaven will be kicked out, sent out. When he's sent out, where he will go? Mrityalokam. Mrityalokam. The loka where there is a death. The loka where there is a death. That is this Earth planet, Earth realm, where there is a death. So he'll be sent back. Even in the heavenly planet, also there is death. They don't live for longer, but their lifespan is little longer, more than us. But anyway, so the person who goes to the heaven by worshipping demigods is also temporary place. He comes back, and has to go through this life again. Repeated cycle of birth and death continues. Okay. So few technical things I want to cover here. Trividya. Krishna is talking about Trividya. Trividya. So this is about the Vedas, right? So Vedas are three. Krishna is saying just three Vedas. Is that so? we always know like there is a Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharvana Veda. So basically Vedas are four. Vedas are, it was only one before, but in the beginning of Kali Yuga, Veda Vyasa, who is Krishna himself, he divided these Vedas into four. And he also grouped these Vedas according to mantras. Rig mantra, Yajur mantra, Sama mantra. That's why primarily called three Vedas, because they're grouped according to the mantras. And there is a final Veda, Atharvana Veda, which is a group, which is a combination of all the different mantras. Few technical things, if you don't understand, it's okay. Yeah. So other simple example we can take, if a person is earning so much money and he got a credit card because of he has good, what is it called, good credits. And I'm not getting the word. Yeah, because of his good credits, the credit card people, they approve the credit card, and they say like, okay, you can spend up to $100,000. Okay, the person goes to a hotel or a nice vacation spot and he lives there using this $100,000. He can live nicely with $100,000, but as he's living every day, his living expense is like $10,000. Think like every day living his expense is $10,000. So within 10 days, so and so, all his credits are depleted, and if he doesn't have money, hotel people just kick him out, right? So same thing. So if a person goes to heaven, heaven is also temporary place. He'll be sent back. Okay, so we'll read this verse, and there are nice stories. I'm gonna talk about the stories also. Can someone ask someone to read this verse?
Ananyas Chintayanto Mam.
You're good, Prabhu. Is Lakshmi Priya want to read? Or?
Ananyas.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
good, Mata. Good, Lakshmi Priya.
Ananyas Chintayato Mam Ye Janak Prayupaste Desham Nitya Yuktanam Yoga Krishnam Vahamiyaham. Sorry, I can't. Translation. But those who always worship me with a exclusive devotion, meditating on my transcendental forms, to them I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have.
Thank you, Lakshmi ji. So Krishna spoke about God, who God is, and there are different manifestations of the God. There are demigods. Demigods are also like individual souls like us, ordinary souls. Their lifespan is also temporary, and their worship is also temporary, and the destination of demigod worship is also temporary. They go to heavenly planet, they come back. But Krishna is talking about the worship about himself. On the other side, there are worshippers of the Supreme Lord Krishna himself. How they worship the Supreme Lord? Ananyas Chintayanto Mam. Ejana Pariyupasate. Tesham Nithyabhiyuktanam Yogakshemam Vahamyaham. Ananyas Chintayanto Mam. Ananya. Ananya as a word is heavily used. Throughout these Bhakti Yoga chapters, you will see this Ananya everywhere. Ananya means undeviated, one-pointed attention, one-pointed focus, fully focused. Chinta means like meditation, contemplation. If a person can deeply get absorbed into the thoughts of Krishna, Supreme Lord, by chanting the holy names of the Lord and various devotional practices. Yajana paripasate. Paripasate is worshipping the Supreme Lord and meditating on the Supreme Lord. Tesham nithyabhiyuktanam. Nitya means always, continuous, always. Abhiyuktanam, like yukta, always in connection with the Supreme Lord. They're always in Krishna consciousness. So to join all this, to connect all this, if a person is always in Krishna consciousness, always thinking about Krishna, always worshipping the Krishna, for such a person, Krishna is saying, yoga kshemam vahamyaham. Such a devotee is very dear to me, and I personally, this is very important point, I personally take care of them. I personally protect them. Krishna is giving a big assurance that if you are devoted towards me, I personally take care of you. Yoga kshemam. We say like yoga kshemam is a word in Telugu and other languages, Tamil and various languages, yoga kshemam, kshemam, like your welfare. It is my problem. Krishna is saying, I take care of you. Because you are my devotee, I love you so much and I take care of you. Vahami aham. Vahami is a powerful word. Right? Vahami means carry. Like there's a, if you take like a 100 pounds of load on our head, right? It's kind of carrying the load. Right? Krishna is saying, Vahami, I do that. I carry the load. I carry the burden of yours. I'll make your life so easy. Because you are so much devoted to me. You are working towards liberation, moksha. You are so much devoted. I like you. I personally take care of you. I protect you. I carry the burden. Your problems are my problems. That's what Krishna is saying. Your problems are my problems. I'll take care of you. Such a beautiful shloka. This shloka is highly quoted by many scholars. In Bhagavatam also, Srila Prabhupada quotes in many places. Krishna is giving assurance, like for a devotee, he personally protects. Okay, one might have a question. Krishna, will you protect my material assets? Right? I have so much wealth. I want to save my wealth. Krishna, yeah, of course I can do it. If your worship is pure, if your devotion is pure, and if you're having the wealth, for my pleasure, Krishna's pleasure, Krishna is saying like I can take care of you, no problem, right? But if a person is so much attached to the wealth and stopped worshipping the Supreme Lord and not working towards liberation, Krishna says, okay, Krishna has a plan for him. Such a person, Krishna deals with him differently. So Krishna takes care of in all aspects, in material aspects, even if we have health issues, money issues, or all issues, Krishna is saying, I'll take care of you. I personally carry your burden. Vahami means your burden I'll personally carry. Okay, Krishna, will you protect me? Will you help me to develop bhakti towards you? I'm struggling, I'm beginning, I'm just chanting. I cannot even chant properly. I need your help. Krishna says, yes. That is also, I give you. I make an environment for you to meditate on me. I make an environment for you to come to temple. I make an environment for you to do seva to me. I make an environment for you to think about me. I'll arrange everything for you. Just show interest. So there's Shraddha one. That's why Krishna begin this chapter with Shraddha. One has to have good faith. And when follows the practices, Krishna is saying he personally protects us. He personally enriches our bhakti, devotion. Even from the beginning stage, he helps us to develop bhakti. And even we are advanced stage, Yogakshema has other meaning. If a person has 20% devotion, if a person has 20% devotion, he's struggling, but he got misdirected from other things, but he's coming back again. What happens to that person? That 20% of devotion he developed towards the Lord, will those be gone? No. So Krishna says he will carry what they lack and preserve what they have. So Krishna is going to preserve the devotional credits. And if a person needs, if a person needs added devotion, additional devotion, he'll supply. He will carry. I carry what they lack. If they're lacking some devotion, Krishna will give. Krishna propels us towards the direction so that we can develop bhakti towards him and devoted towards him. So for a devotee, even in the beginning stage or intermediate stage or advanced stage or in doesn't matter. Krishna gives all kinds of protection to us. Krishna gives all kinds of protection to us. Okay. So we say in this world to a friend, right? If I have a good friend, I'll say like maybe, my dear friend, you are my best friend, or we'll take example of spouse. Okay, my dear spouse, I love you so much. Your problems are my problems. Right? We say to our spouse just to flatter them, like, your problems are my problems. I take care of you. Whatever you want, I'll give you. But when they really come with the problems, what we say? Your problems are different, my problems are different. Okay, you take care of you. I'm busy right now. I have many things in my life. I can't help you. I promised before that your problems are my problems, but not now. I'm busy, little busy now. Right? That's what we see in this material world. We promise that your problems are my problems, but when problem really comes, we don't help them, right? We say I'm busy and I have many things in my life. But Krishna is not like that. Krishna is not like that. Even if it is an ant, small ant, as an animal or any animal, no devotion towards the Supreme Lord protects. If a person has good devotion towards the Supreme Lord protects. If a person in the beginning stage, Lord helps, propels a person, to pushes the person in a right direction to advance in spirituality, advance in Krishna consciousness. So much Lord is involved in our lives. About a devotee who is in advanced stage, Ananya Chintanayatamam. We are not Ananya Bhaktas, but for a devotee who is Ananya Bhakta, always thinking about the Lord, always meditating, always in Krishna, God consciousness. Krishna is saying, Vahami Ham, I personally take care of that devotee. So we have seen examples. If you read Srimad Bhagavatam, many examples. But the popular example we always take is Prahlada. Prahlada was the son of Hiranyakashipu. He was being tormented by his father, but he was always he was an Ananya Bhakta. He's example of Ananya Bhakta, always thinking about the Lord, always meditating on the Lord. So he was personally protected. So there's a small story. This happened in the recent time. This is about the story about a little girl who was saved by the Supreme Lord himself in recent times, in 1900s or 2000s, recent times, most recent times. Okay, so this family, the father, mother, and this child, they are very much devoted towards the Supreme Lord. Okay, so the girl was born to them, this father and mother, and even from the very childhood age, this girl was so much attracted towards the Lord Narasimha. So every individual has natural attraction towards a god. Some people worship Lord Narasimha. Some people are naturally inclined towards Lord Rama. Some people naturally inclined towards Krishna. Many forms of Supreme Lord. People have natural inclination, right? So this little girl was naturally inclined towards Lord Narasimha. She was so much absorbed in Lord Narasimha. And she has full faith in Lord Narasimha. Lord Narasimha is the lion head god, like head of a lion, and the human body, Nara and Simha. So I think most of us know that, right? Lord Narasimha. So this little girl was so much devoted to Lord Narasimha. So one day, this girl was playing. She was playing, and while she was playing in front of her house, and her father was like in the upstairs in the building, Lakshmi. Yeah. So her father was on the upstairs in a building, and his father was doing some other things and also watching this little girl. So this little girl, while she was playing, she ran into this road. In front of their house, there was a road. This little girl ran into the road. Suddenly, there was a big truck, huge truck, hit the girl, and this girl was thrown away, few miles away, and was fainted. This father suddenly saw this girl was hit by this truck, rushed towards the girl, and he took the girl, the baby girl, 5 years, she was 5 years old. He took the girl and rushed to the hospital and told the hospital people that she was hit by a truck. And this father himself saw this incident in person through his eyes, with his eyes. So doctor was really surprised to see this girl. This girl had no blood marks, no blood marks, nothing. She just fainted, and the doctor was really surprised. The doctor asked, "What happened to this girl?" His father said she was hit by the truck. The doctor said, "No way, no way that will happen. If she is hit by a truck, her body will be in pieces, or at least at the minimum, you should see the blood marks. No blood marks, no stains, no blood clotting, no swelling, nothing on her body. It is impossible. Nothing had happened to her." His father was like, "No, no, no, I saw her personally. She was hit by a truck." So while this conversation going on, the doctor was taking care of the girl. Doctor was putting the ice and many things on her body and trying to wake her up. So this little girl opened her eyes, opened her eyes, and she was saying, "Narshima, Narshima, Narshima," like loudly. They were a little surprised. What happened? What happened? Then the doctor asked this girl, "What happened to you?" And this girl said, I was running, I was rushing towards the road, and there's a big truck hit me." Doctor was surprised again. "Really? You are also saying the same thing, that you are hit by a truck?" And then little girl said that, "Yes, I was hit by a truck, but I was saved by my Lord Narsimha." The doctor was, everybody was shocked. How could that happen? She said, "Yes, my Lord Narsimha saved me." And how he saved me, she said that his Lord Narsimha saved me by holding my waist. And this little girl started saying, the Lord Narsimha held my waist, and his nails were so sharp, it scratched my body. This little girl said to their parents and the doctor, and doctor was really surprised. "Really? Show me." Like, daughter rushed to open that dress. Doctor flipped the baby girl, this girl, 5 years old girl, and opened the dress, and on the back side waist, doctor saw the marks, the marks, as like a if a animal, how what if animal scratches, right? If animal scratches, like it makes a mark. So similar marks were there on the body of this little girl. So daughter was literally shocked, and they all knew it is because of this little girl's unallowed devotion towards the Lord. Lord himself saved this little girl. Okay. So that is the greatness and glories of the Lord. Lord always protects the devotees, no matter what. Lord protects everybody, not just devotees. Lord protects everybody. But if a person is really devoted towards the Lord has special attention. That's why Krishna uses word Vahami. I carry the burden. What are the problems you are in? I save you. And more importantly, I save you to, I help you to and protect you to attain me, liberation. I'll quickly finish this session, these questions. Is it selfish to approach Krishna for material protection or problems? No. If I have a problem, and if I trust my father, I really trust my father, that my father is gonna help me. If I go to my father is really happy. If I go to my neighbor's house and asking for help, no, my father doesn't like me, right? The same way, so Krishna, if we are surrendered to Krishna, if you're going to Krishna and saying like, "Krishna, I'm yours, you help me, you have a plan for me, whatever you do in my life, you do it, do the right things for me." That is a prayer one can do. "I'm yours, you do whatever is good for me." This is from Ramayana, basically. If a person does it, right? Rama also says that he personally protects him, he takes care of him. So there is nothing wrong in going to the Supreme Lord and uh, asking for asking the Lord to solve any problems. Krishna will personally take care of us. Okay. I know we're out of time. Give me a few minutes. what does Krishna give versus demigods? I'll take 5 more minutes if you don't mind. So what does Krishna give versus demigods gives? Demigods give temporary things. Their role is to fulfill the desires, whatever we prayed for. But Krishna is not like that. The Supreme Lord Narayana, Krishna, Vasudeva, Rama, the Supreme Lord Vishnu is not like that. He gives whatever is good for us. Just like a parent gives whatever is good for us, good for the child, right? Just like a responsible and loving parent, Lord takes care of us and gives whatever is good for us. If I go to the God and ask, like, God, give me $1 million, right? If I'm really eligible, God will give me. But if God won't give me if I get attracted towards the material things. If I'm surrendered towards the Lord and asking for material things, God will never give us. God will put us in the right direction, no matter what. Yes. Does God, Krishna, protect the devotee's devotion? Yes. Even in the beginning stage or intermediate stage or advanced stage, God always protects us, propels us towards Him, and puts us in the right direction to attain Him. So also Lord also personally intervenes. This is a very important point. Lord also personally intervenes in the lives of every devotee. He arranges through the association of devotees or through the acharya or saintly people. So sometimes we hear a lecture. This happens to me also. Like, I go to a lecture of saintly person, Maharaja, Swamijis, they come to St. Louis. We attend the lectures. Certain points they talk are more relevant. Like, those are the things I was meditating upon, and those are the things that are very much relevant to me. I feel like those are the words spoken through God, by God, through this Swamiji to me, right? So that happens. Okay? It happens in everybody's life. So any message, all the words about Krishna, all the good things about Krishna is all Krishna's arrangement. I want to really tell this story. There's so much theory I have to cover, so we'll end this story in 2 more minutes, hopefully. Yeah. So this is a story of Arjunacharya. He is a very much great devotee of the Lord, very so much devoted towards the Lord. But he's a Brahmana by birth. Brahmanas are like not very rich, right? So they live based on they has to beg. They has to go and beg and get the food stuff and many things. So this is about the Brahmana in previous ages, not the Brahmana pujari in the temple. Okay. So that system is changed now. Nobody is doing this. They don't do any karma, they just go and beg. Okay, I'll talk about that later if you have more questions. Okay, so this Brahmana, they used to do Vedic study, all the scriptural study, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, all those things, and they go and collect the food stuff and they eat. That's how they survive. And they do preaching. That is their business. That's it. They do preaching. They don't do any work. They do a scripture study. So while this Brahmana, while studying, he came across this verse number 22, which we read today. Ananyas chintayanto mam ejana pariyupasate tesham nithyabhiyuktanam yogakshema bahamyaham. This Brahmana was learning, reading, and also writing. While he was writing translation. He came across this verse, Vahamyaham. Really? Does the Lord really carries the burden? Aham means like himself. God himself literally carries the burden of a devotee. But this Acharya, Arjunacharya was like, maybe not, may not be. Why would God do that? Maybe God will send someone. Okay, God doesn't have to do it personally. God doesn't have to carry my burden problems personally. Then what Acharya did is he strike this word, Vahamyaham. In the Sanskrit verse, we read that Vahamyaham. This Acharya strike the word, just strike it. After doing this thing, he closed the book and he just went out because he has to live based on the food given by other people, right? He cannot work, right? That was the system before. So he went out and he was not getting food. He was also literally hungry. He had not had food since long time. He and his wife were really hungry. So he went out and going and is not getting food. So that was the time two boys came to the home hermitage, their hermitage. Okay. So the wife received these two boys. The two boys, one boy was black in color, blackish in color. One boy was in whitish, golden in color. They both went and they carried a loads of wealth, so much wealth. They carried so much wealth and they carried so much food stuff. Okay. And it was unbelievable to see like how these two young boys carried, but they carried. They went, they put it in front of their home and they knocked the door. And this wife opened the door and saw these beautiful young boys, and they carried and they put it. And this boy said, "This is for you. This is for you and your family. Take it." And this is. And that time the mother says, "This the wife of Acharya says, okay, wait. Who sent you this?" The boys were like, no, we have to go back. We have to go back. No, who sent you this? Why are you giving to me? But that's fine. Like, have something and go. Like that was a system. Brahmanas, when someone visits their home, they have to feed something, right? So have something and go. And then boys were like, no, we don't want anything. We want to go home. We want to go. We want to go back. Uh, um, uh, if Arjuna Acharya sees us, he will hit us again. That's what the boy says. Arjuna Acharya sees us. Then the lady was shocked. How is that so? Then yes, they see us, they hit us, and they did that. Your Arjuna Acharya, your husband, did that to us. And the boy with the black complexion, he showed the marks. He opened his dress and he showed the mark, like one mark here, one strike, one scratch on his body, like big scratch. He showed this, like, this was done by your husband. And we want to go away from here. And they left. This lady, he never heard anything like about her husband being so cruel, but it is because she saw in person that the marks on the body of this boy. She was really upset, and she sat in the home and she cooked all the food stuff for her husband, and are just waiting for the husband. And husband came. Arjuna Acharya went inside the home, and this wife did not even offer obeisances, not even welcome this her husband, and she was looking different. And she started saying, "You become so cruel. You are hurting the small children." Then Arjuna Acharya was really surprised. What is that? I never did this act. She said, like, one boy with black complexion, one boy with yellow complexion, they both came and they showed the mark on their body, and you are so cruel to them. And Acharya was really shocked and surprised. No, I never did that. But they bought all this food stuff. Look at this, says this lady. Look at this food stuff, all this wealth they bought to us. Arjuna Acharya was really shocked. And while he was thinking, he sat at one place and he was reflecting about what happened and what is this incident. He never heard anything like this, and he was not even cruel. And he was thinking about, like, did I do anything in my last couple of days or week? No, he did not do. While he was thinking, something struck to his mind. And he realized that it was Krishna and Balarama. It was Krishna and Balarama who came in the guise of these boys and want to give a message. The message was Arjuna Acharya had striked it, right? Vahamyaham. Like, if devotee is in the problem, God will not personally solve it. God will send someone to solve it, right? So here, Arjuna Acharya could understand when he was in problem, because he struck it, he did not accept it. When he was in problem, the God, Krishna and Balarama, they came, they appeared, and they gave all the things. They solved my problem. they came when I was in problem. They saved my problem, and he rushed to open the book. He went to open the book. When he opened the book, before he striked out, right, Vahamyaham, that is now cleared. There is no strike mark. Actually, that strike mark went on the body of this boy. The boy is none other than Krishna himself. Okay, so this story proves that if devotees are in trouble, all devotee need to say, "I am yours. I surrender into you," and be devoted to the Lord. And not just like not doing. Some people say like, "Okay, I will not do anything. I'm just devoted to the Lord, and God will give me all the things." No, no, we still continue to do our duty. Dharma is important, and be devoted to the Lord and say, "I'm yours," and be devoted to the Lord. Krishna personally protects, Krishna intervenes and arranges everything in our life. Okay? Krishna had proved in this story that he himself personally do that. He will not send anybody, he himself personally do that. So that is a moral of this story. If there's another story, I'll tell later. Okay. Hare Krishna. Sorry I took more time. I hope you have gained some knowledge, some info by the arrangement of Krishna. So thank you all very much. So please feel free to share your thoughts and realizations if you have any. Otherwise, see you all next Wednesday, same time, 6:30 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you, Ravi.
Thank you, Miraji.
Thank you.
Any questions, thoughts, or sharing?
Prabhuji, what is the Acharya name? You said
Arjuna Acharya.
Arjuna Acharya. Okay. The story you told me about the little girl, it's happened here. I was shocked.
No, not in St. Louis, but I heard it.
No, in US.
No. Recently, most recently, like
Oh,
in
okay.
1900s or so. But they are ISKCON devotees. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Krishna devotees, and that girl was so much attracted towards the Supreme Lord Narasimha.
That's great.
The
5
great
years
devotee
old.
of 5 years old little girl, she was a
Yeah,
devotee of Lord Narasimha.
that's
Lord himself appeared. Yeah, this story is being told. If you go to any ISKCON temple lectures, certain lectures, you'll see this
oh,
reference.
I never see. I
You-
never heard that. This is the first time I heard
yeah,
this
you will
story.
hear this. Yeah. Some lectures, some people quote this. They talk about this great devotee because it's real. It happened. It was a real story. It happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Krishna. Prabhu.
Thank you for the wonderful class, Prabhu. Prabhu, one question. So in one of the verses we read, the people who worship, the demigods and use the Vedas to offer to the demigods. They collect pious deeds and they are born in the heavenly planet of Indra. So is it like taking birth in the planet of Indra, or it's like from this body itself, they like transferred their Prabhu, taking birth. So there also there's like taking birth and those kind of things are there.
Yeah, they may appear there, or once we leave the body, because it is related to their current life karma activities. When they do good karma, context were like their current karma, they're doing good karma, good activities. That's good, but not spiritual activities, humanitarian activities, good activities, and worshiping the demigods. Like, so when they even nothing wrong in worshiping demigods. Krishna is not saying that, but that worship is not the ultimate worship. Okay, so if a person devoted to the demigod and they after death, it is also based on his good credits, devotion to the demigods, they'll go to a planet, a realm of demigods. Like Indra Loka, moon planet or heaven planet, any planet. Moon is not the moon we see here, there is a separate realm. Okay, so these are all heavenly planets. There are heavenly planets, many heavenly planets. So they go there, and that the stay is also temporary, like a hotel stay or something like that, the temporary stay, and they'll be sent back.
Sure, Prabhu.
I hope that I answered your question.
Yes, yes, no, yes, Prabhu. Like, yeah, I mean, yes, Prabhu. Like, what I was trying to tell was like similar to like taking birth of a womb out
Yeah,
of a womb. Is that the same thing in Indraloka?
yeah, I mean, yeah. They'll be given the planet, right? So they'll be taking birth.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, yeah, no problem, Lakshmi ji. So we have a recording. Please feel free to watch or listen the recording.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Thank you so
And
much.
yeah, I'm sure I'll give an overview every time. So if devotees doesn't attend, they'll be able to catch up.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, thank you.
Prabhu, one question, Prabhu. Can you share your experience with regard to this one? This was, I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have for those who are devoted to me. Any of your experience, Prabhu?
Oh, many such experiences.
Any one, I mean, if you have time, Prabhu, can you share? Like one experience?
Yeah, I mean, there are two aspects. One is the devotion aspect, one is like problems, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when you're in problems, like I don't want to tell the problem name, when you're in really problem, like I was really distressed, so much distressed because some person caused a problem. Okay. And I was just praying to the God, Krishna, you have a plan for me. I was not going against them or anything. Krishna, you have a plan for me. I was listening to this uh, yeah, I was doing more prayers and more devoted. Um, Gajendra Moksha, Gajendra Moksha. I was listening to that and studying more that time, and I was like thinking, Krishna, you have a plan for me. You do what is good for me. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
I thought I'll be in big trouble, but that problem was solved. Okay, yeah. So that is a material things. I mean, it could happen with everybody, right? So I mean, that time, what is my consciousness? Right, this is a point, right? So I could sit and cry, I could do problems to that person, you know, or do many things, right? I was like, I have no control over here. You have a plan for me, God. You do whatever is good for me. I was in positive mind. I was not lamenting. I'm not crying. So that's the art of living, right? Art of living. we
Yes.
there are many art of living lectures.
Yes.
Something we don't have control. There's no reason to cry. There is no reason to lament. Just have full faith on the God. God will help us. Simple. That's the art of living. And be happy. Be in Krishna consciousness. Our goal is to spend more time in God consciousness. Right? Even crying and cursing the other person will not help in any way. It will give more headache. Right? Yeah, that's the art of living. Like if it's a Sharanagata, a surrendered soul, always believes in the God, always have faith in the Lord, God will go good, God will do good to us. That's it.
Sure,
Even
Prabhu.
even in our devotional service also, like when you get sidetracked, we get sidetracked by many many things happen in our life. Many people come into our life, go from our life, many disturbances in our life, right? We may not chant properly. That I'm talking about spiritual aspect.
Mm-hmm.
We may not chant properly, and I hear some lectures like God arranges. I feel that God arranges that time. I'm not doing my devotional services properly. I'm complacent and I'm not doing service seva correctly. Then God arranges in lecture format and some other instructional way. I'll get the message. This is my experience. When the message comes, I take it. Okay, God, gave this message to me.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes,
Krishna
Prabhu.
arranged this message. He wants to convey this message to me. He arranged this. That's what I take. It's
Sure.
up to individuals. Some people like who cares? They may not take it. But if the people in a positive mindset, like they take any message which is related to the God, they try to connect to them personally and try to see. We have to contemplate, right? We have to meditate, go back and see how this is relevant to me in my life. So
Yes,
every
Prabhu.
message of God, every message of a sannyasi or a yogi or any lecture, like how it is relevant to me in my life. When you go back and connect and try to connect those things, we can see that is a message God is speaking through that person. Simple.
Yes, Prabhu.
That,
Yes,
that
Prabhu.
happens. That happens. We have to experience it, personally experience it.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah. Whatever lecture we hear, it's like almost giving solution to that problem or some guidance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.